these times of your life is gonna these times in your life is gonna take you to have to be more open-minded, where you're headed, and you have to be able to unlock the level of being able to lose and understand how to build from it. And this is the hardest thing, one of the hardest tasks humans have as being a human on this earth is failures. You have to be able to rebuild, fail, rebuild, fail, then rebuild again. This is never going to end. It's never going to stop. And once you allow yourself to get immune to how to cope and deal with failures, only then will you be aligned to your greatest version of yourself that you want to become. These times right now, it's very, very serious in your life because this is how you sculpture and chisel off that old self and tweak and tune and refine yourself to be the person that you are meant to be. And there is no dumb reason why you are thinking you want to be these things that you may think is impossible. There is only one good reason why. This is steady coming to you. You want it more than anything. You wake up and your passion is getting to that next level, and you struggle because of it and manipulate yourself into thinking that it's not possible because of how far you need to go in order to see the outcome of it. And you have to live in the now. By allowing yourself to live in your presence, it helps you tweak and become a student of your greater version that you want to become. You cannot be a professor overnight. You have to go through all of the pop quizzes. You have to go through all of the lessons, all of the modules. You have to go through all of the studies in order to cram all that knowledge in so that you can be sure of yourself, so you can have that confidence, when you go to start mixing formulas together, that you won't hurt yourself or anyone around you. And it's going to take that time for you to fail a lot throughout creating those formulas to become that professor you want to become. And I think we stray away easy because we start realizing how much hard work it's going to take in order to become this great person that we want ourselves to be. But throughout that process, you must understand that no matter if we want to be this person or that person, we still have to wake up tomorrow and get out of bed. So why not try? Because you have the rest of your life to become this person. It may not have it happen in the next day or the next week or the next month or the next 6 months to the next year or years. So you have to understand that throughout these times, each and every day, you are a student to what's to become, what's to come. And when you allow yourself to enjoy being a student, only then will you enjoy graduating into the next greater person you want to become. Because once it's over, it's over. And all you'll have is looking back. And when you look back at things, you look back at the overcoming. You're not looking back at, oh, that was just so great the whole time. No, it's not even worth it if it was great the whole time. Like the whole process of it, climbing that mountain, and being a hiker is to go through the process of getting to the top of the mountain and seeing that beautiful view and knowing the steps it took for you to reach those levels, those barriers that was scary, and you thought, you had to figure out exactly where to put your hand, where to put your feet, how to use your whole body to pull up numerous times over and over and over again till it felt like you were never going to reach the top of that mountain, and eventually you got there. It takes levels to, see your dreams and your goals. So once you start being a master craft of enjoying the pain. I run 100 miles a month. I run 5 miles a day, Monday through Friday. And throughout that time, no days are easier than other days. There is a formula that I've created in order for it to be possible, and if I did not follow these steps, I would not be able to complete 5 miles. That's just what it is. So I make sure that I'm hydrated. I make sure that my food intake is where it needs to be able to handle that intense workout. I make sure that my mind, out of all those things, my mind is what needs to be focused more than anything. Because I don't care who you are, if you have a burning desire to win, or you have a burning desire to see 5 miles, and your adrenaline rush has pushed you to be able to do so, because the high energy that you have to see out this goal, and no matter how you are feeling in the moment, you finish, right? So, but it's the mind that my mindset that helps me complete the 5 miles. It's like, going into that first mile, it's rough. It's not easy. Once you start off, you instantly start feeling the pain. And going into the second mile, it lightens up a little, but then the third mile, it comes right back. Shortness of breath, tightness of the muscles, cramping, and the correct posture, and just trying to be able to keep your mind busy, and aligned mentally, because 30 to 40 minutes running can get strenuous, can be tiring, can be a lot of things to the mind, to manipulate the mind to just get off the treadmill, or just hop in the car and stop jogging, or go back home. So you have to really be able to handle those levels of intense training to be able to complete that task. Most people don't really run 1 mile in a week. Nobody wants to run, so let alone running 25 miles in 1 week, and then the next week and the next week, and you look at your watch and you've reached 100 miles within a month. And I do this every month. I never miss a month. I do it every single month. So what I'm getting at is that it's going to take you to go through some serious pain and some serious failures, and you have to be able to somewhat enjoy it to the point where you know how to control your emotions during those times of interactions with failure, and have the mindset of, okay, what now? What do I need to do now? Okay, this is a setup for something great, right? Keep telling yourself that. Keep telling yourself that this is a setup for something great. Every failure is a setup for something great, because God would not put you through something he don't think you can get through, right? And at the end of that tunnel is so bright, more brighter than you can imagine. And if you still are discouraged, just think about how far you came from developing this mindset of forcing yourself to not feel down after failures, and not be so angry at everybody over failures, and not get so mad at the boss that fired you, and not get so mad at your team because they didn't put in the work you put into, and not get so mad at certain things that was supposed to happen for you that didn't happen, and know that God is just realigning and readjusting to your reactions, because the world is yet crazy enough to reward some undeserving people. So if God don't feel like you deserve it, you won't get it, but he will put you through what it takes to deserve it. And you have to be able to be a student during those times of deserving it, because you can self-sabotage yourself from victory by being too emotional, too rational, too angry, too victimizing yourself, and actually just be level. A little bit of craziness, it's going to take you to just know, it's going to take you to just believe and have faith. If you live off faith, I guarantee you will win every single time. And it's going to take you to have that faith in order to see life through the way you want to. And when I say the way you want to, I mean you're still going to fail, but the outcome of the failures and the momentum of you not stopping and not giving up, and the consistency and discipline is going to allow you to go farther than your failures. So you may fail, but that won't be anything to what's to come for you, but a little stepping stone, a pebble amongst major rocks in the river. So you have to allow yourself to be a student. A spider goes up in the woods or goes up in the neighborhood and doesn't eat unless it puts its web up and hoping something run into it. And throughout those times, the spider web get rained out. The spider web get walk through so many things, and the spider has to start making another web, hoping that food is going to come and never give up. Can you imagine if the spider gave up, it would never eat? Your food revolves around the web. You need to think like this. Your web is your burning desire to not quit. And people are going to step all over your dreams. There are going to be sabotaging moments for a better outcome for you. And there are going to be days where you think everybody's out to get you, when in reality everybody is shaping you for your next victory. And it's going to take you to allow these things to happen to you in order for you to reach the next level that God has for you. Because the world is yet crazy enough to reward a bunch of undeserving people. So if you allow yourself to be a student and do all the quizzes, do all the studies, and become a master of your own thoughts and emotions, only then will you be able to become victorious after a failure, because that is the only way to win. Failing and not being a baby about it, not being a brat about it, being able to be level-minded and have that burning desire to never quit, never give up. It's so many times where I'm running on my treadmill, dude, and I just want to stop. And I'm having like shortness of breath, and I'm trying to figure it out. And I know certain, things that I need to do in the moment. But sometimes when you are in the moment, you forget. And throughout those times, I forget. I still stick it out, right? And then after I reach my 5 miles or whatever miles I'm trying to hit, then I'll be like, oh yeah, I should have did this. I should have did that. But if I would have gave up, I wouldn't have seen the results that I got, and I don't be mad at myself. I don't beat myself up. I don't sit there like, you should have did this, why didn't you? I gotta, get back on the treadmill, prove myself. No, you don't have to do that. You just have to be very genuine, aware, and know how to fail and come back tomorrow. Same clean self, sharpen up, shower up, get it together, come ready every single day. All right, guys, I'm Taylor. If you like this message, subscribe to my channel for more messages like this.